When folks hear the words master plan, they often think of some top-down directive set of rules that will govern our decisions going forward. It's really very different than that. It's more of a vision, a shared vision of the town, what our priorities are, what our concerns are, that will inform decision makers and town meeting voters and board and commission members as we go forward over the next decade or so on what was most important to us today, 2019 and 2020, and what we are concerned about and what we hope to see for the future. It's very important in this process that we hear as much as possible from the citizens of the town. Public engagement is critical to this success and for us to get this right. We've started that process with a visioning period right now, which is underway. And this is where we get to hear from everybody on what their needs are and what their concerns are. We hope as many folks as possible can come and share what they love about Hingham, what they think needs to be changed, what they are concerned about for the future.
It's particularly important from the school perspective because our facilities need to be redeveloped. As we know, Foster School, we've been looking at that for many years. But also any development of homes, commercial buildings, that all impacts the quality of life in Hingham. And people coming to Hingham love our schools. That draws them here. So that's all tied together, and it's important for us to know, where do you want our community to go in the future?
One of the areas we'll be discussing at the visioning sessions related to downtown and economic development are what types of businesses would you like to see? What types of mixed retail, restaurants, what's still needed downtown, and how to really connect the downtown area with the harbor. That's certainly one of our goals, and we want to get your input on how to best do that. This is a time to provide valuable input, your input, what you care about, what you think is great about Hingham, what you would like to see improved and change, what's missing from Hingham. That will all be valuable inputs to the master plan.
There are a lot of open space opportunities in Hingham. There are some large ones, but one of the things that's good for a pedestrian experience in the downtown is to have smaller spaces, sitting spaces, so that as you make your promenade to the water, you have a little sitting area. And in fact, we're in the process of creating a little easement that the town will have with the developer, and we're working on raising funds for a statue of Benjamin Lincoln. General Benjamin Lincoln is Hingham's most famous historic character, and so we're in the early processes of having that designed and raising funds.
My background is in transportation, so that's near and dear to my heart. I'm looking forward to thinking about planning our transportation systems so that they serve all of us that are using it at any given time. The folks that are driving their cars, the folks that may be walking or bicycling. How can we plan our corridors and our transportation systems so that they're serving everybody well? How can we make the most out of our transit options, our great boat service and our train service and our bus service, so that folks have options for how they'd like to make their trips? That's good for us in terms of personally having choice, and it's also good for our environment.
Global warming is going to take effect. It already has. We are going to have to raise some of the roads around the harbor. Lands like the Laner property we're standing in front of are vital for absorbing rainfall so it doesn't all flow to the sea during a heavy rain. That is coincident with the change in climate, and these roads are going to be raised to prevent flooding. We're already experiencing that now. And so this master plan and its future depends upon, in large part, the input that the residents provide us. What are your concerns? I have just stated why this is important and how important it is to have planned to acquire the Laner property as an example of long-range planning.
So I urge you to try to come to any of those sessions. If you're not able to, there are many other ways for you to engage and provide your input. On the town's website, there's a page, hingham-ma.gov/masterplan. And on there, there's an online comment form that you can provide your input, your questions, your concerns anytime. And then after we've completed these visioning sessions, we're going to prepare an online survey that we'll distribute as far as wide as we can to gather more input, because this is what makes it all work. That this committee, my fellow committee members, can have that input and have that feedback from members of the community. So if you're new to Hingham or if you've been here for decades, we want to hear your thoughts.